Motherwell, Dundee United, Hearts, Rangers, Celtic. What do they all share in common? They all had the tag of Scotland's shame last season in Europe. Well, step aside those 5 clubs, because Hibs have completely Hibsed it up and are the newest member, the newest holder of the Scotland shame title. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It has finished in Andorra. And I'm a little bit embarrassed to say this, as someone who loves Scottish football, supports Scottish football, is daft about Scottish football, wants Scottish football to rise. Well, I'll tell you what, we ain't rising in this game, no. And I want to sink to the ground and pretend it didn't happen. Because Inter FC have defeated Hibernian. Scotland's Hibernian, a team for the capital, man. A team that should be running riot around these wee diddy Andorian teams. Didn't even know FC Inter existed until about 4 hours ago, but still, the scoreline was FC Inter 2, Hibernian 1. And if we're being honest, I think the 1 kind of flattered Hibs, because they were fucking dreadful. Hibs were shite. David Marshall was shite. Lee Johnson has always been shite. How he's still in a job, I do not know. Johan was shite. I mean, at the start, this guy tried to go on about 1 million solo runs. He thought he was obviously playing against a bunch of nobodies. That's what we all thought, but it turned out those nobodies got the win. So what did Johan... So the guy thought he was playing FIFA, Club Pro or something, Street FIFA, man. The guy was trying to do all these wee skill moves, not pass the ball, go on solo runs. What did it get him? It got his team a 2-1 defeat. So, yeah, embarrassing. Let's just talk about the coefficient for a bit. Fair play to Celtic and Rangers. You know what? I know a lot of you don't like the Old Firm. We bash the Old Firm. If you don't support an Old Firm club, then they're probably your 2 least favourite teams in Scotland. So, fair enough, but you've got to give them credit. At least over the last few years in Europe, they have got decent results. They have helped bring the Scottish coefficient up the coefficient table, and Scotland would not be 7th or 8th, wherever we are right now, without the Old Firm. That is a fact. In fact, could you imagine where we would be without the Old Firm? Holy fuck, the results that our other teams get is embarrassing, man. And I say this as a Hearts fan last season, our results weren't good enough. Yeah, we beat that shite team twice, but other than that, not good enough. We should have did better against the likes of Istanbul and Fiorentina. I know Fiorentina won it, but there was no reason for us to get embarrassed and get beat handedly in both games. You look at Motherwell, taking on a pub team for Ireland, lost both games, 3-0 the tie on aggregate. Dundee United, fair play to them. After that 1-0 win, we were all blowing smoke up their arse. We were giving them a lot of credit, but they undone all that credit in the second leg with the lost 7-0. Celtic Rangers, I mean, yeah, they've helped get the coefficient up, but last year, both of them certainly helped take it down. Dreadful campaigns, both finishing last in their Champions League group. It has not been a good 12 months for Scottish teams in Europe, and Hibs did not get us off to the best start this year. It's great having 2 teams in the Champions League. It's great having that 3rd place team get a guaranteed European group stage, campaign, whether it be Europa League or Europa Conference League. That's brilliant. But unless we start performing, unless we start getting results, you can say goodbye to that. You can kiss that stuff out the window, because we're not going to have it for much longer. But let's talk about this game. Hibs started poor. Johan was trying to show off. Just made himself look like an idiot, to be honest. But yeah, not a lot was happening. Hibs really creating nothing. It's very slow, very pedestrian. There was a couple of shots at the goalkeeper, but I mean, they were saved. They were not efforts. They were not anything that could trouble the goalkeeper. Maybe if they were hitting them at their own goalkeeper, they would have troubled David Marshall, because he's shite. But nah, I mean, they didn't really create anything worthwhile. And then 15 minutes in, Inter Club, basically their first chance of the game, really. Like, they run down the wing, right-hand side, cross in. It's Gallagher with a shot. Marshall could do better, parries it, and it's straight back to Gallagher, and he taps it in. Should have done better. David Marshall should have done better. The defending for Hibs should have been a lot better. A really, really bad goal to concede. But they got worse. This was not the worst goal they conceded today. Second half. And let's be real, this wasn't all Hibs. This wasn't a game where Hibs were pummeling Inter Club and their goalkeeper was pulling off world-class save after world-class save. No! This goalkeeper, it looked like more he was fucking playing FIFA and he just put the controller down to have a cup of tea or some shit, because he didn't have nothing to do. He did not have nothing to do. And maybe someone should take the control after Lee Johnson as well, because he's pish. He is really bad. I don't know how he's still in a job. I mean, he's in a job, I guess, through the other teams in the league failing. Last season he finished 5th, but I mean, it's because the other teams were piss poor, let's be honest. Lee Johnson has never looked good enough for me to be a Hibernian manager. I don't know why he's still in a job. I don't know if he is like some sort of like guilt, like information. I don't know what he's doing. Is he blackmailing? I don't know. I don't know what he's doing at Hibs, but he should not be there. He should be relieved of his duties, and maybe he will be if Hibs don't turn this around in the second leg. But Davy Marshall, terrible. So about 20 minutes to go, ball's launched up. No one's defending it. It kind of reminded me of it was a bit similar to the Germany goal against England in the 2010 World Cup. Wee bit similar to that. Ball up, just bouncing, nobody going for it. Then the inter-club striker, I believe it was, don't know who it was, to be honest, I'm not going to lie. But he takes a shot, it's not a good shot, it's straight at Davy Marshall. And Davy Marshall makes a big fuck up again, and the ball goes underneath his body, and then just kind of rolls through, and it's like in the back of the net, and it's, how did he get this so wrong? I think there was an inter-club player on the line, I think he tapped it in, but the ball went underneath Davy Marshall, and it's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? I mean, the shot, the angle came at, it was a tight angle. This should be getting saved. It was a perfect height for Davy Marshall just to hold on to it. But he somehow tried to go to ground, and the ball went underneath his body, and it's piss poor from Davy Marshall. So that's 2-0. Hibernian again. I mean, they didn't really look like getting back in the game, but Newell with a free kick. It wasn't a great free kick. It was underneath the wall. There was an inter-player underneath the wall. I don't know if it took a deflection off him, but it was right down the middle. The goalkeeper's there. Should be an easy save for the goalkeeper, but Davy Marshall it into the net, he Hibsed it into the net, so it's 2-1, and you're thinking, right, Hibs are going to push here for an equaliser with about 5 minutes of extra time to play, and it was actually inter-club, if anything, that looked like getting the fourth goal in this game. It's finished 2-1. Hibs should still, should still win this tie, but I mean, you never know. Based on this performance, I wouldn't be sticking anything on them. I had 20 quid on Hibs. I stuck Hibs in my accumulator, and that's me beating the first fucking game, so yeah, that's Willie Hill stolen all £20 off me. Thank you, Hibs. Thank you, Lee Johnson. Especially of all, thank you, Davy Marshall. You should be transferring me 20 quid out of your bank account right now, because you were fucking shite. You were really bad today, man. I can't believe how bad this guy is. People saying he's a better goalkeeper than Craig Gordon, man. What the hell are you smoking? Get out of here with that shite. I'm not even going to have that debate. Craig Gordon is a million times better than Davy Marshall. But we'll see. Hibs will need to be a million times better next week if they're going to get through. Can they do it? Of course they can do it. They should do it. I mean, likelihood is they will do it. But based on this performance, I've got no confidence. Will we see the first Scottish team fall in Europe next week? We'll have to wait and find out, guys. But for right now, only one team deserved to win this game, and it was not Hibernian. I'll catch you in the next one. Leave your comments down below. I'll see you next time. Until then, alright guys, Scottish football. Looks like we're getting the same old shite. Until next time, peace.